Everybody has different situations, different experiences with being taken from home. Sometimes it's expected, and sometimes it's completely unexpected. You get taken in your medical appointment and dentist things and this and that, and you don't know these people, you don't know the rules, you don't know what's gonna happen next. Everything's just all over the place. Once you stop, like when you actually take a stop and you just look around, you're like, what the hell is going on? And it's like, it's scary, because then you're sleeping there in this strange room, in this bed that doesn't belong to you, and you're just like, where the hell am I? Like, and who is this person sleeping across the room from me? It's weird. You just don't, how do you expect to live without your parents or family? There's different types of homes for different types of situations, different youth. But with all the group homes, everything's different, and depending on the type of home it is, there's treatment homes, there's homes for high-risk youth, there's homes that are temporary, which are like 3 to 6 months only. But everything is structured differently, even foster homes. My foster home is completely different from probably whatever foster home somebody else lives in. So then when you move from like one home that worked for you, and then sometimes you go to a home that doesn't work for you, and that's just it, then you move again.
If you want to approximate.
Approximate would be, I was in care for maybe 2 or 3 years, like close to 30 homes. And that's including like, that's all including like crashed houses and emergency placements and everything. That one staff, I think I had like 1 or 2 staff in almost every house. There's at least that one staff that always said, like, I believe in you. I believe you're good. I know you're smart. I have this favorite staff, can't really say her name, but she would always say to me, she's like, you're like a porcupine. You're all hard on top and on the outside, but when you flip you over on your belly, you're all soft. And she's like, I know you're gonna do good. And always treat me like I was her own. And that happened in a lot of other group homes. Most of the time it was just when someone was sitting there and saying, I don't believe you're a bad kid. I know you're good. And those are my best experiences.
I aged out in 1965 at 18. In grade 12, I quit a couple of months before finishing the year. It was also a couple of months before my 18th birthday. And I started looking for work. I was ill-prepared. I had no life skills. I didn't know how to take care of myself. Didn't know how to do things for myself. I had minimal education. I only had less than grade 12 because I didn't finish grade 12. I had no job skills, no work skills. I had no skills to sell an employer.
Now that 21 is coming, I'm kind of forcing myself to make sure I have all my necessities and basic needs. I know where to find everything, so I am like trying to make sure that I am going to be able to succeed.
If it had to do with survival, it was a priority. So, money, food, lodging, clothing. Once I got those settled down, I then had to learn how to care for myself, my personal care.
I think more so for me, like I think it would be more so emotional support, like so that I know like if I do need that extra help, like I can turn to them and ask them a question, if like where can I go get my taxes done, or where can I go are there any eye doctors, like all the doctor stuff and whatnot. And it's hard to do that on your own when you weren't taught how to do it in the first place.
Start and restart, fail, error, mess up. And that went on until I was in my early 30s. It didn't stop.
If I didn't have Children's Aid's help, I don't think I'd be in school at all. Not even close to finishing the program. And I don't think I'd be successful like I am right now either. And I appreciate the fact that they have been there and they have supported me so that I can accomplish my goals, but I still need the support past 21.
A lot of kids don't know what they want to do. But if you can get some counseling, some advice, showing some options, even the children that are raised by their own parents, sometimes at 18 they're not ready. They don't know what they want to do. That's why you get a lot of the high school kids, what do they call it now, an extra lap?
I find it affects my school. Like, it almost makes me not want to keep going in my schooling because I'm not going to be able to support myself while I'm still in school. So it makes me scared, I guess, for an answer is like angry too. Like, I want to be able to accomplish all my goals that I've set out for myself and get the career that I've set out for myself. But if I'm cut off at 21, I can't do that. I can't continue my education.
Kids in care don't have that option of doing that extra lap. So they have to have the support and the counseling and the guidance to put some sort of framework there where they can move ahead. They can see a future. They can look for a future. They can have ambitions. And that'll develop the person too.
I don't know. I find like I am upset about it and angry, sad, scared for sure. It's terrifying.
On May 14th, 2012, we will deliver our report to our parent, the Province of Ontario. Our report includes recommendations designed to trigger fundamental change. That is what is needed to improve the experiences and the lives of children and youth in and leaving care. The Youth Leaving Care Hearings report entitled My Real Life Book is based on the experiences, ideas, and suggestions from the 183 submissions. Through this report, young people from across the province are saying that the time for change is now, and this change goes beyond simple repairs. We are also asking to be involved in the decision-making process. Like some youth say, no decisions about us without us. We're not stopping here. This report is very important to us, and we're not letting it go.